If you are building something for the test flight and you are not differentiating between a production application and a debug application in your schema, then your app will probably crash because RevenueCat payment gateway use something called sandbox API key and production API key, which are both different, and this may be case with different API, different SDKs. So how to differentiate between a debug application and a production level application? So let's get into the video. So for example, here you can see this is my particular code base, and you have to go to something called product and you have to click archive to build a internal test flight application which you can host, and you can do the internal test up to 100 users. And to make sure that you are using something called debug application, you need to do something called edit schema. So I can see that here I have in run debug, in test debug, profile debug, analyze debug, archive debug, right? So earlier it was released, and when it was released, the test flight was using the release application, and that release application was actually crashing with RevenueCat sandbox API key. So that was the issue, and that's why you need to make sure that it is always debug. So this is the first thing which you need to make sure. And when you are doing this build, what build you are going to make, so you are going to just check this particular application, and this is how you do. And this edit schema is very important, and if you need to manage schema, you can go here and you can also fix this particular application. So this is the first thing which you need to do. Again, when you are building something for iOS application, environment object pass itself between the navigation stack and everything. But when you're using that same code base, for example, for macOS application, then you need to properly create environment object and pass it throughout the application, and you need to sync it properly. So these are the two things which you need to actually do it, which I wanted to share about. And this is actually the important part. And after that, once you have done this, now you can go to the product, you can select the archive, and you can, when it will do the archive, you can go to the app like the flight test flight. So I will show you the demo how to do that one. So it will actually give a demo application directly to the test flight, and you can use this test flight to this, like give the same ID invite to the particular user to whom you want to do ask for internal testing. So once it is done, we can actually do it. So let me just open a new window and how to do that App Store Connect. So I will go to the App Store Connect to show you how you can invite in the test flight. So let me just do a basic login. So you can see it has actually built this particular application archive. Now here you can do validate application or you can do distribute application. Now it will throw a basic error which is not very important. Still my application is running regarding some symbol or something. So don't worry about that. You can just do distribute app. And here you can do App Store Connect, test flight internal only or release testing, something like that. And for the test flight internal only, you can do the debug so that you can actually test directly from your TestFlight application in your own iOS application. So if you do press the distribute, it will upload to App Store Connect. Now once it is uploaded to App Store Connect, you can go to apps and you can select the compliance, like it doesn't use any encryption or something like that. So for example, this is my application. I have to go to the TestFlight. Now here you can see it is all complete. So you can see I can do manage and none of the algorithms, and if I save this one, it will actually do the status as complete. So it will actually invite someone to test the application. So right now you didn't see any group, but here I can see this group will be invited. So if I reload this application, it should actually link that particular internal tester group. So how to create this one, and also I've already covered one video earlier about TestFlight which you can watch. In that particular video the app was crashing, but this particular video will actually solve the issue why the app was crashing, because it was in debug. Now it is in, like earlier it was in release, now it is in debug. So you can see it is SA, and you can see whom I want to invite in this particular ID, and you can see iPhone 16 and all, and how many sessions I had already done with this particular tester and things like that. So you can see what they have and what they don't have. So this is the important part which I wanted to give you, and you can remove it or you can add any tester according to your own need. So you can go here, you can select the tester you want to add, and you can go to the particular this. If you go to the App Store Connect, here you will find something called team user and access, and here you can add one person according to your own need. So yeah, you can see what type of person you want to add, and then you have to go to something called the user and test accounts and all, so which I have already shown you. So in that, go, like for example, you add someone here with add like new role. So you add one ID and what permissions they have, and after that you go here directly to your apps, and once you go here to your apps, you can go to the TestFlight and you can go to the internal testing group, and you can add user according to your name. You can create group or you can add one user, so it will fetch from directly from that list which you have created for the total users, and you can link it properly and it will not crash in any of the invited application and the user. So this is the update which I wanted to give you, and I will see you in the next video with another update. Till then, take care and bye.